I'm keeping everybody muted for now. And welcome to all of you joining us now on Facebook and YouTube. We're about a minute away from getting started, so in the meantime, you know what to do. You can gently close your eyes and sit up straight. We sit up straight so that we can breathe easier. And then just simply, as your eyes are closed, let your consciousness, your awareness, we can use those two words interchangeably. Just let your consciousness just rest on the sensations of the breath. You can either decide to observe, to watch as the belly rises and falls every time you breathe in and out, or you can decide to feel the sensations in your nostrils, in your nose, feeling the air coming in very cold and cool and refreshing, going out warm and healing. We take that first minute to deeply relax, to relax and release any tension, any stress, anywhere on the body. Maybe we're a little bit nervous, maybe we're a little bit anxious, maybe the day brought a lot of stress to us so far, even though it's just beginning. But we just sit there and just watch the breath and do nothing. And we'll start with shalom, a word that means peace, a word that means wholeness, a word that means harmony, inviting these energies into our meditation today. And after the chant, we let the body find again the natural rhythm of its breath, never trying to control the breath, never trying to make the body breathe in any specific way. Any specific rhythm. Just letting the body breathe naturally, trusting that the body knows to do that very well, without us having to intervene or interfere. And simply watch, simply observe. And if that's all you want to do today, then just stay with that. And just let my voice just recede in the background, just like you would the noises around you. The cars driving by, the planes flying overhead, whatever other sounds may be present. Just let my voice recede. In the background, and stay with the breath. The short guidance I will offer today is to close this week where we have been exploring the second word of the Shema, the word Israel. And today is about transcending Israel. We've spent all this time knowing how this Israel, this wrestler, this seeker plays out. And sometimes just bringing awareness to that is enough to help us disidentify with it. But just in case, there is a secret to the word Israel. And the secret is that as this word appears in the Torah, as the Shema Israel appears in the Torah, it appears without vowels. It appears without punctuation marks or any notes or notations. So we could read that word as Israel, as seeker, wrestler. Or we can read it as Yashar El, direct experience of God. Direct knowing of source. And that's the paradox of that word, is that it could be two things in opposition. That which wrestles, strives, struggles, seeks to find God, and or that which already knows itself to be that. A way to understand is when we connect to our inner Israel, we're dealing with content, the content of our experience right now. Thoughts, emotions, desires, sensations. When we are dealing with Yashar El, direct cognition, we are dealing with context. And the context is where the content arises. But the context is not the content. It is the spaciousness within which all content arises. So as you connect with Yashar El, step into the context of this moment's experience. Don't be too much concerned with the content arising. Feel into the vast spaciousness that is the context of this moment. And rest there as awareness. To the question, who am I? Yisrael, the seeker, wants to answer with more thoughts, more ideas, concepts, self-definitions. Things and objects. Yisrael wants to answer from the known. Yashar El, when asked the question, who am I? Reframes the question saying, who am I? Without thoughts telling me who I am. Who am I? Without thoughts telling me who I am. I invite you to hold that question, but not as a mantra, not as something to repeat with every breath, because it becomes stale and it loses its power. But just as you observe yourself breathing, from time to time, ask again, Who am I? Without thoughts telling me who I am. And let yourself gently be at home with not knowing. With the mystery of being. Who am I? Without any thought telling me who I am. And we gently let go of our meditation today. And taking a couple of deeper breaths to help us transition. And we can stretch the body if we feel the need to do so. Now that you have the secret, see how often you can switch from Israel to Yashar El during the day to day. From being preoccupied solely with contents of the mind, content of experience, to just be that presence, to just rest as that presence that is prior to any content, that is the context within which all of that content arises, but is therefore not any of that content. And perhaps one way to do that is to keep asking that question. Who am I? So play with it and see what happens. We'll close today, as always, with the Shalom chant, dedicating whatever we have received through our practice today to all beings, that all beings might find Shalom in their lives. Shalom. Modeni, thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Modani, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thanks so much.
Shabbat Shalom. I guess you know I'm probably smiling about this meditation. It was a good one. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you, Rabbi Olivier.
You're welcome. Take care, everyone. Have a good weekend. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.